Well, good morning and welcome to Wellness Wednesday here on the 60 Up members page. So, I'm Kathy Stevens, and we're here again to have a great workout today, part of my March Madness series, where we're going to focus on, of course, the 60 Up board, but in particular, implementing some of the tools that come with your board, including the bands and the ball, red ball. Boom, we're going to put it in the basket today and have a great circuit training workout. So here's what I'd like you to do to set up, and then I'm going to check in with you before we get started just to make sure that sound levels and everything are right on. So I will want you to have your red ball handy. Typically you're going to keep it here in the front, but we will be using it outside of the board as well as on the board. And then you're going to notice I have one band attached, just one, to the front. So you want to loop that through and have that ready for a little bit later in class. And then I have my second band free. So I'll have free band. And we're going to use this non-attached to the board. So you're going to get some new ideas on how to extend some of the things you do with the equipment that goes with the 60 Up board. And hopefully those will be ideas that you can use separately as well when you just have some spare time, want to do a little extra strength training utilizing the tubing or the ball. We will start, surprisingly enough, from a seated position today. So please have a chair nearby. I'm going to use my chair that's in the forefront so it's easier to see me and move around. But you'll want to have a stable chair, and we're going to actually start seated today. Why? Well, variety is the spice of life, and I haven't done that yet. So sometimes I just like to kind of throw you a little bit of a change of pace, and today's change of pace is that we're going to warm up and start our circuit from a seated position. Okay? So get that steady chair out. Hi, Doug. Good to see you in the room today. And we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to have that free band nearby. We're also going to have the red ball nearby. So we're going to warm up gently from a seated position using these tools, and then we're going to move on to the board and continue using, as I said again, the band strapped to one side, only one band needed, and we'll place the ball back down into that little notch that it sits in on the 60 Up board. So hopefully you guys are ready for this. As we finish up March, we are doing a little bit of a combo training now. Hi, Pat. Welcome to class. We are going to be implementing in strength, balance, and of course, all things 60 Up. So if you're ready to get started, I'm ready. And then we'll chat it up a little bit in the end with some cool ideas on how to release some muscle stress using the red ball again for our cool down. All right, so sit on down and let's get started. I'm going to put a little background beat on because that's the way I roll it. And we'll get right into this. Make sure also to have your water nearby. All right. All right, so let's sit up nice and tall. I'm going to back up my chair so you can see my feet. I'm going to move my 60 Up board a little bit back as well. There we go. So again, I have my ball and I have my tube. I'm just going to have them nearby for now, but at first, we're going to just warm up by marching in place, seated at your chair. Pump it up. I don't know if you can see my feet yet. How about from here? Here we go. Knees up. Chin up. Chest up. Think about your posture in a seated position. It's just as important, even more so, sometimes than when you're standing, so don't slouch. There is a tendency to slouch when we sit. So line up the head over the shoulders and the shoulders over the hips and just march it out. Get that blood circulating. Now let's do 3 with the tap. 1, 2, 3, tap. So we're just going to reach that foot out with the tap. 1, 2, 3. Good job. Feel a little stretch in that leg. 4 more. 3, 2. Now this time, the heel taps every time. Heel, heel. You can change the arms up a bit. Start to feel that ankle warm up. All right, now heel drops right here, up and down. Let them pound. Lean in a little bit. Put some pressure on those thighs. Let's get that blood flow down to those calf muscles, all the way down to the toes. All right, now flip it, toes, up and down. Good, pull them up and down, let them tap on the floor. Sit tall, go in and out with those feet. Excellent. All right, now let's take the hip, up and around. Just circle it in that hip joint. Not too big, just enough to get some flow of blood moving into that hip and thigh muscle. Here we go. 2 more times. Let's switch sides. Again, pick it up and just circle it around. Nice deep breath. All right, moving up the body. Let's put that foot down. Let's lean in and roll through the spine. Again, just loosening and limbering all the muscles and their related joints. Work on the spine now. Take a nice deep breath, flat on the down, roll through on the up. Inhale and exhale. 2 more times. Last one. All the way up. Now take those arms and shrug them around. Roll them back. Open up the chest, warm up the shoulder girdle. Let it roll. Good job. 4 more. 3. Getting ready. 2. Now reaching up towards the sky. Reach up or ceiling. Stretch laterally a little bit, side to side. Reach. Keep that nice fluid breathing going. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now open out and tuck in. Again, out, open the chest. Exhale, tuck the chin. 1 more. Awesome. Now let's bring the arms back behind you and just pulse it to the back wall. Palms down. Just push, push, push both arms. Nice. All right, now from here, let's just do a slow head roll. Right to left, left to right. Again, loosen up the neck. 2 more. Last one. Now bring that head to center and look right, center, left. Use your eyes, use your head. 4 more times. 4, 3, 2, and last one. All right, loosened up, feeling good to go. Let's go ahead and start off our circuit with a little strength. So grab that free tube, scooch out so your feet are flat, and let's just pull out to the side. So notice how I'm holding it, whatever distance makes sense and feels right for me in terms of tension to the arms and the mid-back. Just pull. Try to keep your neck long on this one. Breathe. Little tugs. Squeeze between the shoulder blades. Right in the middle. Now let's take it down lower. You're going to feel this a little bit more up through the shoulder girdle, up into the deltoid or shoulder muscle. Pull. Good. Keep that posture nice and tall. From the side, you want that head right over shoulders, no jutting the chin forward. Keep it tucked a bit. All right, now bring it up to the middle again, and then overhead pull downs. Good. Pull those elbows down towards your sides. Pull. It's not a big range of motion here. You've got it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay, that shoulder girdle should feel tired. Shrug it out. Grab your red ball. All right, sitting here, let's play a little juggle. Just a little coordination here. Catch it right and left. And as you catch it, swing back and open up that chest a bit. Working a little on mobility here. Good. That should feel good after those strength moves we just did with the tubing. Working that middle back. Little coordination here. Catch right, catch left. Catch right, catch left. March Madness, here we go. Again in 4, 3, 2, 1. Now on the shelf we go up, down. And I want you to squeeze your palms against the ball, adding a little contraction across the chest as we reach up, down. Tighten your core, up, down. Good job. Same thing, but we're going to do a little diagonal approach. So transverse, up, down. You can keep that little pressure, and if you want to roll the ball so that the nubs are on the other palm, just a little different tactile stimulation there. Here we go. Cross, diagonal. Head is high. Bring it back to center. Reach it on the shelf. Nice deep breath. Opposite diagonal. Left, right, up. And you can allow your spine to rotate just a bit on this. Reach, cross. Nice. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Back to center, up and down, almost done. Inhale, exhale. Push it forward, pull it up. Hands together, push into that ball. 2 more. Last one and bring it down. All right, let's set that ball down for a second. And let's go back to our band. Now this time, take the loop end that just has the Velcro, put it around the bottom of one foot. Make sure it's securely at the bottom of that foot. All right, we did a lot of upper body in that last circuit. So let's now work a little on the lower body. Holding the handle close to the chest, push out, in. And notice I'm kind of going on a downward angle as I push in to that core. Now you again can make this as tense as you want by choking up on the band so you feel some good tension building in the thigh. Push, downward, downward. Now notice, I'm not allowing my spine to react. I'm keeping that spine nice and long and strong. In, out. You got it. Up and out. You got it. In, exhale. Keep the body stable. In, out. Nice. How about 4 more? Here we go. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Hold it straight. Up, down, down. Keep that core strong. No movement in the spine. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Ooh, did you feel that down the front of the thigh? I hope so. Are you ready to hit the back of the thigh? All right. Straighten the leg out onto the floor. Choke up on your band. Now, we're going to hinge forward and out. Hinge and pull back. Now, this one is a seated deadlift. So keep that leg straight and move from the hip. Then you're going to start to feel the glute and hamstring contracting as you unhinge. Forward over it, unhinge back. Forward, unhinge. forward. Good, you've got this. Again, forward, unhinge. Beautiful. Notice how I keep my hands close to my body and I choose a grip on that tubing that allows me to feel some good tension, but it still gives me plenty of range of motion. Again, down and back. 4 more. And back. And 3. And back. Don't round your spine. 2. Notice how flat my back comes forward. 1. Excellent. Okay, now let's grab that ball again. We can take the tube off. So we're circling between our ball and our tube right now. We'll be standing and using the board in a second. All right, place the ball on the floor. Put your foot on top of the ball. Press. Press. I just want you to push through ankle, knee, and hip into the ball. Try to flatten it. Nice. Press down. You're going to feel this down the back side of the hip, leg, calf, even into the feet. Again, push, release. Push, release. You got it. Again, press. Smash the ball. Keep the spine long and strong. 4 more. Here we go. 4 and 3 and 2 and last one. Good job. Now just push it out and in. Now hopefully you're on a surface where the ball will slide. If you're on carpet, it might stick a little, but see if you can just give me a nice gliding action, keeping contact with that foot on the ball. Now take it around in a circle. Again, trying to keep contact. Smooth circle. And if you lose it, that's okay. We're going to switch to the other side. All right. Let's take that band out again. Second set, same as the first, but on the other leg. So loop that band around the middle of the tennis shoe. Find a good grip, close to your body, but not too close to your face, more by your chest, and press. In, press. On a downward, slightly downward and forward angle, thinking about contracting that thigh. Good. The hip and thigh. Press. Press. Sitting up nice and tall. Don't give in with your posture. So I don't want to see this happening. Stay nice and tall and stable through the spine. Notice my hands are close to my body, right up by my rib cage. Exhale, in, press. That's it. Feel those thigh muscles kicking in. Remember, the key thing for strength training is to do the amount of reps and the amount of resistance that gets your muscles feeling slightly fatigued by the end of the set. And that's all going to be very different for each person. Some of you might already have to stop. Maybe the fatigue is too great. Go ahead and take a break if so. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Let's hit the back side. So straighten that front leg. Keep that tube close to body. Come down and come out of it, moving at the hip. Remember to keep the leg straight. Remember to keep the back long and in nice neutral alignment as you flex forward and extend back from the hip joint. Good. Now you want to feel this predominantly down the back of that leg and hip. Good. Nice deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. Great job. So today, if you joined me a little later, I said in our intro that I'm shaking it up. We're starting from a seated position with a little more strength, focus, and then we'll be up working on circuiting in some balance moves on the 60 up. But I wanted to give you some great ideas on how to use some of the other tools that come with your board, i.e. the tubing and red ball. All right, let's do 4 more. Don't forget to breathe fluidly. 3. Last 2. Bow over that thigh. Last 1. Awesome. All right, let's go ahead and put that ball underfoot And again, get right up over it. Adjust yourself on your chair so you can get a nice pressing action down through that hip, down through that thigh, all the way into the ankle, calf, and foot. Press into it. Connect it. Smash it. Excellent. Still sit tall. Try to generate more of the movement from the leg rather than the body. Press. Keep your chin up. Keep your chest up. Excellent. Is this leg getting tired? Remember, fatigue is the goal. Not failure, just fatigue. In 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now just slide it out and pull it back. And you know, this doesn't have to be a lot of friction. It's just about keeping that constant downward pressure of your foot against the ball as you manipulate it in a forward and back direction. Now, if you're on carpet, it may not work as well. And then from here, making a circle, small or large. Again, just keeping that slight downward feel of pressure as you move through range of motion. Good. Polishing your 4. 2 more. Last one. And done. All right, gang. Let's get some water. Go ahead and set your ball into your board. We can move the chair out of the way for now. I come back again during the cool down. I'm going to check in with you and I'll get some water for myself as well. Awesome. Hey, Barbara. Thank you for being here, newbie. Well, today we're doing a little different format. Hi, Chad. So, and Vicky, of course. So hang in with us. We will be up on the board now shortly. We did a seated start off. So just to keep things a little different. Welcome to class. Now, I do welcome your guys' comments, not only throughout the workout, but even over the next few days. If you come back and repeat the workout, because it will stay posted online, you might think of something new you wanted to ask me or comment about. So please feel free throughout the week. I check my message box regularly. Okay, hydrating up, and let's get on to the board now. Come on back. All right. Let me situate my board in the center here. Now notice I still have one handle on because we're still going to circuit and march in place. So basically, circuiting means you go from focusing on one thing to the next. Today we used an equipment circuit. We went between the ball and the tubing early on. Now we're going to use the board, ball and tubing. So we're going to add in a third piece of equipment to our little March Madness circuit. All right, reposture. Let's just get those feet marching. Posture tall. Good. Now tap on top. Tap, down. Tap, down. Left. Let's just get our board feet on, meaning get used to a little less stable surface underfoot. Now heels instead. Heel. Heel. Off. Be aware of your body shifting to accommodate one foot on and one foot off. Here we go. Head up. Chest up. Shoulders back and down. Abdominals and core engaged. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Now lunges up. So lunge up. So this is a little different than a tap up. We're actually bearing more weight into that front moving leg. So you're bending the knee, almost like you're going to take a big step up and then decide not to. Nice. Feel those muscles engaging around the knee, around the ankle, throughout the hip. Now we're going to challenge this by doing a heel up. So we're going to lunge and kick. The heel moving towards the buttocks, or I like to call it a hamstring curl. Again, lunge, curl. Lunge, curl. Nice. So we're putting more and more of that weight on that stabilizing front leg, forcing your body to balance, adding in that nice component because of the fact that we're on an unstable surface. Balance becomes a little bit more proprioceptive, a little more reactive. Excellent. Keep going. You might start to feel your heart rate come up on this. Nice deep breaths. Getting a little cardio in here. Let's do 4 more. 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. And then let's step up with both feet and rock side to side. 1 and 1. Nice. Just get used to your control of the board as you shift your weight. Think about the shift from the right to the left. Feel that foot weighting itself slightly different, more on the outer edge. Feel that knee give in a little bit with a bend. That makes a little more dynamic shift of the board. Feel that connection. You got it. 4, 3, 2. Now let's go quicker. Quick, quick, quick. And you can even use your arms a little more when we pick up the pace by pressing against the board poles, outer side of the handles, engaging more chest, assisting that rocking action through the feet. Nice. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now steady out. All right, let's circuit in a little ball work. Steady out. We're going to sit back and reach towards the ball and come up. Now, as you squat back, I want you to think about hips going to the back wall. You can slide your hand down the pole that you're holding onto to assist you. And if you can't quite make it all the way down to touch the ball, go as far as you're comfortable. But your goal is to tap the ball if you can. Try not to round your back out. Notice how when I come down, I'm still keeping my head and sternum up. I'm dropping back into my hips, bending my knees fully. Good, there you go. Inhale and exhale, feeling a lot going on in those hip muscles, those thigh muscles, and hopefully the core as well, because I'm hoping you're keeping your spine in pretty good alignment for this. Here we go. Again. Couple more. This is a great exercise because it's so functional. We have to learn to be able to get down close to the floor to pick things up with strength and minimal stress. Here we go. 2 more. Last one. Bring it up. Ooh, boy. Now let's go wider. Let's step out to the 2s and 3s. Rock it with a little bit of a longer lunge position. Lunge right, lunge left. Let your knees turn in the direction of the toes slightly, a little outward so it doesn't hit the pole. Right, left, right. Good. Just feel the dynamics of a wider stance. You've got a little bit more pressing going on through that foot. Pushing down, getting that board to bottom out right and left. Nice. Keep rocking. Now once again, we're going to pick up the speed. Go. So notice when you pick up the speed, you have to bend your knees a little more. So you can quickly push right, left, left, right. And then you can also, once again, use those palms against those handles. Push, push, push to assist that rocking action. You'll feel some muscles engage across the arms and shoulders and chest at the same time. Keep going. You've got this. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now hold it to one side. Hold it to the other side. And pivot, turn towards your band. Remember I told you to hook up your band? Pivot, turn towards it. And now we're going to do a rowing action with it. So we're going to circuit in a bent over row. Down, up, rock and row. Now if you didn't attach your band, that's okay. You can do the same movement pattern and just use a nice strong arm action. You can even pick up a water bottle or weight sometimes if you don't want to use the tubing attached to the board. But hopefully you're all attached. Good. Rock and row. Pull it back and feel those mid-back muscles, the latissimus dorsi, the bicep. That's it. Rock and press. And out. In, back. Good job. Let's go for 4 more. 3, 2, and last one. Nice. Now from here, I want you to shift feet. Other foot comes front. Other hand grabs the tubing. Other hand grabs the pole. Second set, rock and row. It's a little different grip, having that back hand on the pole, but just enough to stabilize you. Down and back, down and back, down and back. Good job. Keep it going. Reach and row. Reach and row. Nice deep breaths. Bend those knees. Pull that arm back. Excellent. You'll feel this in the leg muscles. You'll also hopefully be feeling this in the back muscles and the bicep or arm muscles. Four more times. 3, 2, and last one. Okay, hook that band up. Let's step the feet together. Let's step off the front or off the end and come back around. Awesome. Let's take and lunge it wide, side to side. Little floor work here. Nice. Keep that head up high. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now plie, take it down and up. So the knees and toes are out for a little different direction of that squat. Out, in. You've got it. Four more times. Chest up high. 2 and 1. Now here comes the calf raise. Go up, down. Just let those heels pop up. Nice. We're going to do this on the ground, and then we're going to repeat it on board, which will be a nice challenge. Here we go. Push down with your palms against your handles to engage some of those lower mid-back muscles. Pull the scapula downward away from your ears. That's it. Push the handles down. Look at my shoulders. Down. This is such a great exercise for posture. 4 more. 3, 2. Now we're going to put the squat together. So we're going to bend, lift, down, and straight. So squat, lift, again. Squat, lift your heels, drop your heels, unsquat. If there is such a thing as an unsquat. Again, down, up, down, pull the shoulder blades. Again, down, pull the shoulder blades. That's a lot to think about. That's some real multitasking going on there. Again, down, pushing. One more. Awesome. Okay, let's step on board. Same thing, outward turn of the toes and knees, what some people like to call more of a plie position. Let's slowly take it down, up. You're going to be a little wobblier, so don't expect things to be as stable as they were on the floor. But work it out in your brain, work it out in your body. Figure the amount of pressure necessary to try to keep that board stable. You might need to reposition your feet a little bit. You might not be able to go as low, but you're definitely going to feel the keen difference that doing the same move on board creates. Can you feel how much more is engaging in that hip joint, in the knees and ankles to stabilize the same move you just did on the floor? That's the beauty of the 60 up board. Same move, so much more. Tighten the core, zip up, right up that center. Nice. You've got this. Lift, up, squeeze, head high. So you've got it. Are you feeling a little more steady and stable? I hope so. 4 more. 3, 2. Now hold here. Now you might need to edge in a little bit because the calf raise is not going to be easy on board. Let's give it a try. Up, down, up, up, up. And again, if you need to bring your feet closer for more control, feel free to step them in a bit. It's okay if that board wobbles or adjusts. Your brain will work it out. It will react. It will grow. It will learn how to stabilize you. Nice. Lift. Try to get those heels up. Be tall. Be strong. You can try to pull your shoulders down again. That's a lot to think about, I know. Up. Shoulders go down as the heels go up. Push down. Push down. Nice. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. All right, loosen up a little bit. Are you ready to try to combine those? All right, get ready, get set. Here we go. Plie first. Down, heels, and up. Again, if your knees are coming too close to your poles, turn out a little further or change your stance so that your knees don't bump the poles. Keep your weight back in your hips. Again, whew. This is like a wobbly bar class. We've got it. Core tight. Come on, fight for it. You can always just do one heel if you're finding this too difficult, and then alternate to the other side, right? So you could do one heel at a time. Or again, you can do both heels together if you're feeling up to that and able. Modify to make it work for you. Oh boy, that's a lot of work for those deep calf and muscles of the foot. Again, couple more. How we doing? Last one. Awesome. All right, walk the toes and heels to center. Whew. 1 and 1, just give me a nice narrow rock. Bend one knee, bend the other. Ease it out a little bit. Now we're going to circuit in the red ball again. will be a balance check. So put your left foot on the red line, put the right toe on the red ball. Now from here, we're just gonna rock in and up, in and up. Not too far on the forward, keep your head high. Tap and press, tap and press, tap and press. You're gonna feel that steady side, the side where the foot is flat on the red line, really have to grip to keep you balanced. Stabilize through the hip muscles. Nice. Tap up. You can feel a little pressure into the ball, like you're trying to pop it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now stay on it. Just bend both knees. Bend both knees. Bend, straighten, bend. Keep your weight a little bit more to the back. So it becomes kind of a one-legged squat with your front foot on a little ledge. Sit back. 4 more. 3, 2. But our legs are getting a great workout today, aren't they? All right, let's switch. Again, bring them side by side and just pedal it a little bit with that narrow walk or rock. 1 and 1. Good. Take a nice deep breath. Okay, line it up. Put your right foot on the red line, put your left foot on the ball. Press and bring it in and up. Step on it. Always feel free to look down and make sure that your foot that's on the board is not hanging off the edge or so far forward that it's throwing or pitching you too far forward. You want to find a nice football that feels comfortable and makes you feel in control. There we go. Push on the ball, control it. Push on the ball, control. Start to notice how that standing leg has to fight for balance. It has to fight for stability in that hip joint. Good. You've got this. Down and up. Again. I wish I could see you and give you some individual body alignment cues, but I'm hoping that you can feel for yourself that your posture is still tall, head over shoulders, shoulders over hips. And if you can ever set your 60 up where there's a mirror nearby that you could glance in, that would be ideal for posture checking throughout the workout. Nice. Let's leave it on the ball. And then again, we're going to do that one leg squat. So the focused leg is the back leg. Sit back and up. The front foot is just resting on the ball, forcing you to do more of a one-legged squat. Down and up. Fight to get those hips level. Bending the knees. Extending up through the hip. Sitting back into the hip and then forward through that hip extension. Good. Again. Did you notice one leg maybe felt a little more comfortable than the other? We all tend to have one side that is a little weaker or maybe a little less mobile. And those are things you want to take note of and then hopefully spend a little more conscious effort on the side that needs the extra attention. 4 more. 3, this is my bad side. 2, and last one. Woo, all right, bring it out. Yes, I have a little bone spur, good old hip arthritis on this side. So I notice it both in mobility and strength. It's not quite as strong or mobile as the other side. But what that means is I just have to be sure to modify when necessary, but also to not ignore, not let it get by without working to its best ability. 8, 7, 6. Good. You know, and that's kind of the way it's going to be. Let's go ahead and bottom out and come back around. Awesome. Now we're going to come over to this side where the band is. So hopefully you guys have your bands on. Yes? And I want you to step up and turn around so that your band is right in front of you. So you're actually going to turn to the front. Sorry, not to the side. Maybe a little diagonal will work, okay? And then from here, we're just going to rise up with our arms. Up, down, up. So as I was saying, I decided let's do some upper body since we were really focusing a lot on legs today. Strong wrist, elbows up. What I was saying is, many of us, as we get 60 up, have a few chronic things we're working with on a daily basis. Not untypical to have a little neuropathy. That's where you don't quite feel the extremities as well. Or a little arthritis where the joints are a little achy or lose some of their freedom of movement. Those are things we have to deal with. They're chronic. They're not like an injury where we need to heal. They're something we need to live with and live around. And the best way to live around it is to keep muscles strong around those joints. Now, granted, within pain-free range, but you want motion, you want strength and stability, because those are the key to keeping joints healthy, even with minor or even sometimes moderate or heavy arthritis or joint issues such as arthritis. Here we go. 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Awesome. All right, now, second move, we're gonna just stand and go out and in, out and in. And you can see how my shoulder is moving away with the tubing as resistance. Just finishing off our circuit with a little upper body, left arm, left shoulder. Nice work, everybody. Keep that head high. Keep that chest lifted. You've got this. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Now we're just going to shift and put it in the other hand and just kind of angle your body a little bit so you get the same feeling or line of pull in the opposite direction. Hold on to your pole so that you stay firm and steady in your nice tall stance with good posture. Go out and in. Nice. Exhale and inhale. Remember, if you hit the level of fatigue that's right for you, just take your own mini breaks. Out and in. Couple more. Last 2. Last 1. Nice. All right, now put it in the left hand again. This time back up a little bit, lean in and go back behind you with your tricep. Out and in. Now I want you to notice I'm keeping my spine nice and flat, and I don't know if you can see that elbow, but the elbow is staying up alongside my spine, neck long. You can hold your thigh or your pole, whatever you prefer, working that left tricep and the back of the shoulder. Out, in. Nice deep breaths. Keep a nice strong posture throughout the back. Sit into your hips. Let your knees be slightly bent. Perfect. Couple more. Last 2. And bring it up. Now we're going to do the same thing again. Change your stance a little bit so that as that opposite arm goes out, you feel some nice tension being offered by the resistance tubing. You also need to make sure you're not going to hit the other pole. And this hand can be on your thigh or it can rest on your pole, whatever you're comfortable with. This one you can see more clearly how I keep my elbow up and my spine nice and long and strong from head to hip. Keep going. In, out. Squeeze the back of the shoulder, squeeze the tricep or the back of the arm. Good. We worked those legs today. I wanted you to say we worked those arms today too. Get them both in. Out, in, out. Almost. 2 more. Last one. Woo, all right, hook it up. Come back to center. Woo, nice and slow, comfortable rock and roll. Side to side. Beautiful. Take a nice deep breath as we start to bring our energy level down and start to enter our final phase of the cool down. So on this one, I want you just to kind of slowly sink in, let your heel come up, then push down. So you feel this in the feet as the toes roll through to the ball, to the heel of the foot, to the knee, to the hip. Just feel a nice slow control. It's not a quick drop, it's a slow press. Nice long spine, head up high, chin up, chest up. Wiggle the fingers every once in a while to make sure you're not over gripping those handles. Excellent. Let the heart rate come down, let the muscles release. All right, now we're just gonna lean to the left, pivot our right foot, and toe is gonna come up. So you're gonna feel a nice long stretch down the back of that leg. Then we're gonna hold to the handle on the right with both hands and give us some leverage to move through the hip. Hip goes back behind. Make sure both feet are firmly on the platform, and then bring the hip forward. So hip goes behind, nice stretch, and then hip comes forward, and it almost pushes a little past just neutral standing. So you get that hip flexor to stretch on the back leg. Sit back into the hip and hamstring. Press through the hip, quadricep, and hip flexor. Down to the back, up and through the front. Down into the back, up and through the front. Let's move the toe with it. So the toe comes up, the toe goes down. So we're adding a front lunge. Toe comes up, toe comes down. Toe comes up, toe comes down. One more, and then we're gonna hold it in that toe down forward lunge, pivot a little more fully, and tuck your butt under to really open up on that hip flexor. Excellent. Deep breath, head up, chin up, just hold that stretch position. Back heel down. Pull the navel in. And then gently pivot to the other direction. All right. So once again, we're just gonna do a hip thrust. Forward, both hands on this pole. That'll free you up to get a little bit more into the sit back, lean in. Sit back, lean in. Let the hip lead the movement. So tuck under with the buttocks, feel the stretch here. Sit back with the buttocks, feel the stretch there. Nice, deep breath. Inhale and exhale. You've got this. Hip forward. Take your time in and out of the position. Think about the muscles you're stretching and releasing. Good, sit back. And now we're gonna lunge forward. So we're gonna let the toe come up, and then we're gonna let the toe go down. And your board will naturally rock with this stretching action. Here we go. And forward. Back and forward. Couple more. Last one, and we're gonna stay in the forward. Push that heel down, turn it around a little bit, and sink into it. Really try to open up this area right here. Tuck your hips under, keep your chest up, keep your head up. Open up. Nice. Deep breath. And then gently pivot to the center. Go ahead and rock down to the right, exit with the left. Come on around, grab your red ball, and let's finish off seated again, just like we started. So today, our opening and our closing are both done seated. So I want you to sit down in a comfortable chair, grabbing your red ball as we finish off our Focus for Red Ball March Madness. All right, so let's just hold it. Hold it with the bottom flat side down and just massage the nubs into your fingers. See if you feel any sensitivity there. The pads of the thumb, pads of the index, pads of the middle, pads of the fourth, or pads of the pinky. Just allow it to create some acupuncture or pressure against your fingers. Little reflexology here. Now, bring it in the palm and just kind of massage it. So feel for the sensation against the pads of your palm with one hand on the round, pushing in or massaging into the heel, into the palm, into the base of the fingers, getting that circulation moving. Relax your neck. I know there's a tendency to always want to do this. I catch myself doing it as well. And then let's switch sides. So again, massaging the nubs against the palm, down around that big thumb fleshy pad, up more by the knuckles. There you go. Get that blood flow and that circulation increased. Beautiful. You got it. And then let's take the ball with one arm and just circle it back like you're winding it up. A nice bowling arm here. Well, we don't throw the bowling ball that high, but it does swing forward, doesn't it? So allow the full range. And start to rotate it a little bit so that you feel a difference if you let your palm go outward as it comes around versus inward as it comes around. Nice. Really mobilizing. Working a little on grip strength too, so you don't let go of the ball. One more. Switch sides. Other arm, just kind of let it go back whatever way it naturally likes to go back. Nice big circle. And then think a little more about letting the palm turn outward as you go around. That should feel a little easier. Try it with the palm turning inward a little as it goes around. Nice deep breath. One more. And bring it to the center. Nice. Now bring that ball down onto your thigh and just push down into it and away. Make some pressure through your arms and round away. So we're going to come down flat, roll back. Down flat, roll back. Down flat, roll back. Let's switch the palms because you are getting a little different stimulation to the palm as you press in with the bottom hand versus the top. Nice and flat. Roll it back. Nice and flat. Push down. Roll it back. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Nice. Now placing the ball under the right thigh. Oh boy. Just roll around on it. See, be on your chair at a point where you can kind of do a little self-fascial release to the hamstring. Start up high by the glute roll around or rock your hip. See if you can find a little tender spot to work out. And then after a few rolls here, maybe move it on down the line towards the knee, more in the belly of the muscle. Just let it roll out and in across the ball. Should be a real feel good, hopefully, not too many tender spots back there. And then move it even lower, closer to the knee where you might have to hold it so it doesn't fall off your chair. A couple times, right and left. Kind of like what you see people doing on foam rollers. And then let's go ahead and take it to the other side. Put it under the left hip, start up high, rock and roll more from the pelvis or hip. Take your time, you can do this real slow. I know we're running out of time, so I'm moving through these ideas or these exercises pretty fast, but you can stay and take a little longer with any of these stretches or techniques to release tension in the muscle. Move it down more towards the belly of that thigh, and again, rock in and out across. See if you can find some little tender spots, maybe where there's a little bit of fascia that needs to be ironed out. That's the way I like to think of it. Like pulling a comb through a knot in hair. Brush out those little knots. All right, let's go ahead and move it down closer to the knee once again. You know, you have to kind of figure out what works for you on this. You might have to hold the ball a little with your fingers. Rock and roll that thigh against the ball from the backside. Nice. Awesome, awesome, awesome job today, everybody. Let's go ahead and do one more. I love this one. Put the nubs against your lumbar spine and scooch up to the back of your chair. Oh, here we go. This is your reward. A little massage against that spine. Just roll a little bit side to side till you feel a little compression. You can twist into the ball. You can flex back and come forward into the ball. Nice. And then let's move that ball up to where we all have way too much tension in that mid-back area between the shoulder blades. See if you can get it back there around that position. And once again, just kind of roll side to side. Massage against the balls best you can. Even just pressing back into it and releasing are good ways to stimulate those muscles and add a little pressure that pulls new blood and fluid and nutrients into the area. There you go. Squeeze back and front and back and front and two more. Nice. And the last one. Oh, I can't let you go without a little neck massage. So let's put it up on one side and just roll it, tuck your chin to the opposite side and just do a little palm massage up and down the side of the neck and into the upper back or trapezius muscle around that shoulder girdle. Good. Inhale and exhale. Again, excuse me for moving quickly here, but I want to get the other side in. And know that you can spend a little more time doing gentle pressure and rolling the nubs up and towards the skull and down the neck. Just a little pressure, just enough where it feels, you know, that hurts so good feeling that massage gives you. It doesn't want to be painful, but you do want to feel some stimulation and a little bit of release. There you go. Couple more. Oh, that feels good to me. Last one. Oh, I hope you enjoyed that. Red ball can be so much fun to do things with. So this whole month, if you go back and take a look, and I do post these up on YouTube, by the way, as well. If you go back, you'll see I tried to come up with as many creative things we could do with March Madness and the red ball. Dumped it, did everything we could, and hopefully you'll use some of these ideas on your own. We love to have you here live in class, Dan and I both. It is always so rewarding to see people like Barbara, new to the class, and our regulars like Chad and Vicky and Janet. Nice to see you too. And Barbara, thank you for letting me know you enjoyed the workout. The feedback is fantastic for us as instructors because, you know, we do work really hard to keep these workouts not only functional and useful, but fresh. And so sometimes knowing what you like best, we tuck it away and bring it back again in another way. So thank you again for spending the day with me today, Kathy Stevens on Wellness Wednesday. Don't forget, Dan's here every Tuesday and Thursday. And if you're new, it's a great thing to show up on Tuesday because that is when Dan does take a little more time to go over some of the more bare bones basics behind the board. And then if you're, I'm not going to use the word old, but if you are a returning vintage student, Dan will challenge you on Thursday. So I'm kind of middle Wednesday, and he does our intro Tuesday and our advanced Thursday. But come try them all because we always encourage you to work at your own pace and do what you can do and hopefully give you some good modifications so that you can do that. All right. Once again, it was a pleasure to be with you here today on the end of our March Madness. And thank you for shouting out in the box. Let me know you're here. I will be here again next week, same time, same station, probably a different outfit. Talk to you later. Mwah. Take care. 60 up. Kathy Stevens out.